Well, hello, my little potato, you beautiful soul. You know, I always like to start off with I love you. I don't know if you can hear, but the fireworks are going off outside. And that means it's early. It's 9:23 p.m. I didn't sleep much at all last night. I probably fell asleep around 5, closer to 6, and I had to be up for my mentor meeting at 9:30, so I didn't get very much sleep. And so I'm going to take a sleeping pill tonight, so then that way tomorrow I can wake up quote unquote earlier. It might, well, earlier than I normally do on a Sunday, but later than I do on a regular day. Um, I actually decided to give myself the day off today, so I didn't really do anything other than my mentor meeting. I didn't do anything, well, I didn't do anything school related or work related or, selling related, any of that. I just, mentor meeting, after that, I went downstairs, made something to eat, came upstairs, took a shower, uh, got got out of the shower, blow dried my hair. Oh, there was this I wrote a list today and it was like 100 qualities in a person. And it's funny because I wrote it and I was like, 100 is really hard to write. It's really hard to think of, I ended up writing 102, except the last one, the 102nd one, had two words, honor and respect, in there. So it's kind of like 103, but in 102. I just worked on filling up the page, both sides, front and back. And after that, I was going to read, but the book I was reading got returned to the library. I didn't get to finish it. Um, and I can't, put my name back on the list for the book. So we'll see how that works out. And then, what else is there? I made my snack, like the cherries, walnuts, and cheese, so I had that snack, and then played a little bit of Candy Crush. And I said, what else can I do? And so I thought, oh, okay, I'll watch a movie. So I watched a movie on Netflix. It was called Office Romance. It was a new Jennifer Lopez movie. So I watched that. I read a little bit of a book, but it was a cookbook, so I don't know if that counts. Um, and then, there's something interesting that I learned this week is that recipes cannot be copyrighted. However, the story that belongs to that can be copyrighted. So I actually don't have to worry about any of the recipes that I find online that, I adapt to my own needs and preferences and creativity. So that's good. Um, like I filmed a vlog for today. And I just, it's a day. It was a day to freedom and all of that. And so I had the freedom to, to be to do what I wanted to do today. And today I needed to give myself a break from the pressure of selling. And that's what I did today. So I gave myself a break. I took the day off from everything, and I just gave myself a break because I need a chance to sit back and watch Netflix as well. And that's basically what I did, and made dinner, had snack, watermelon for a snack, right? I didn't have yellow watermelon, so I had to eat the red one, which is fine. And then skincare. I can't remember, I've journaled. My friend and I were talking today, and I said, "How do I get this?" There was a sticker on my laptop, and I want to take it off. And she said, "Oh, well, just try use." One time I did Scotch tape, and I was like, "Oh, I have Scotch tape." So I had actually had a roll of Scotch tape in my bed. It was actually on my nightside table the other day, and I moved it from the nightside table to my bed for whatever reason. And so I just pulled it out and used it, and she just kind of went with it, and I was like, "Isn't the next question, why do you have tape in your bed?" And she goes, "Well, I know that you work from bed, so like everything is there." So, um, I actually have a ruler in my bed as well. I was using it the other day for, my cover for my book to make her, but I was sharing with her why I actually have this ruler, and it's a flexible ruler. And years ago, when I was recording the erotic audios, I had this so then that way I could mimic the hitting sounds. Because I remember one time I was in my car and I was recording an audio and I didn't read ahead, and there was hitting sound. So I was literally in my car during lunch pulling my sleeves up on my sweater and like slapping my arm to mimic the sound of hitting. Um, and I didn't want to do that, so I have this ruler, and it's a flexible ruler, and it came with this. When you buy it like a skew. Well, I left the skew on there, so then that way it becomes like a handle for me, and I just taped it on there, so it's been on there for years. And I'm still thinking about how I can make content, especially for TikTok, that says, because one person said, oh, the viral hook you could do is, I'm blah, and this is blah, and it frames you as an authority, and so I don't know. So I'm still working on that, uh, figuring that out, because I think it's like with a gift, I suppose, is that a gift is something that comes to you so easily you think it's normal and that everyone does that, right? And I'm still working on figuring out what is my advantage that I could help people with and teach people. And I've worked on being more open and vulnerable. Um, and I'm not, I would say that I'm pretty open. Um, in the movie today, they were talking about, he was like, she said, well, that's private. And I don't really have that many things in my life that are private. Um, like if someone asked me, they're like, if someone asked me, how much money do you have? I would say about 200. Let's find out, because I need to know. Because I went to the grocery store the other day, and I spent like $40. And I know some things. Ooh, no, I don't even have 200. I have $77. Oh, well, my AMC came out. I bought something on TikTok Shop, groceries the other day, HEB. So yeah, okay. Well, I don't have as much money as I thought. So I have $77.24. In my other bank account, I have $41.85. However, that money I'm using, oh my goodness, I'm using that money to buy the copies of my books so I can take them to my vendor fair in July, this month, later on this month. So I need to get on that. Um, so that's why I'm waiting. So that way I can order all four of them, and have them here before then. And that's $41. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all works, right? That's but it's okay. I still have money. Um, I don't have tons, but I have some, which is better than none. I have groceries, and if I need to get more groceries, like all I really like, I don't. Another reason that I eat the way that I do is so I can eat on a budget and it's still healthy, and I don't have to it's not a lot that I have to like budget for. So, but my bills are paid, right? So my cell phone is paid, my movies are paid, my Apple is paid, like my phone and everything. So it's okay. So everything is paid, and that's the most important thing right now is that everything is paid. And then, money will come in. It always does. Um, yeah. I received some money unexpectedly today. Well, it wasn't for me, it was for somebody else, but I was sitting here and then I got money unexpectedly from Cash App. It's $25, but I was like, oh, what's this? And then but the person messaged me and I sent her the money and that was that. And like I said, maybe I needed these days off so that I could get my head on straight. And uh, a couple of people did like the vlog that I put on TikTok, right? So that was like kind of an interesting thing that I've never done before. So I figured I'll make the vlogs for like a week. Just, you know, I'm not doing anything fancy. You I'm just working on sharing more of my life with people because I know that sometimes I think, well, why would anyone want to see? And I need to remember that there are other people out there that are just like me who think that their lives aren't worth sharing, and my life is worth sharing. And I just need to see, I need to figure out what the value is. Um, Maybe it's that, I don't leave the house and I'm a hermit and all my social interactions are online. And I just happen to be someone who makes content, and I'm in school and I'm producing and, all the things. And I need to apply for grants, right? That's one thing that I was going to do this week. Um, and of course, I have two calls on Monday, uh, and it's all good, Um, like I said before, I can't stress. I can. I'm gonna choose to live in the moment and in the now because I know that money always comes in when I need it. And if I really do need it, I will need it. And until then, it will be okay. You know, it all happens the way it's supposed to. Um, and after I hang up again with you, then I'm gonna take my sleeping pill and I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna rest. And tomorrow will be new. And tomorrow I have some journaling to do. I also, I'll probably paint tomorrow, and I have school homework to finish up. Not that crazy. Um, and work. I got to work on my advertising message, and I don't know what else this week. Um, I do have a call at 11:30 on Tuesday. Two calls on Monday. My friend's birthday is next Tuesday, and that's what I'll do. I'll work on the coloring book tomorrow, and that will be my project for the day. In addition to school, is the coloring book, the second coloring book, and the what's the word I'm looking for? The second coloring book, and setting it up on Amazon and Etsy if possible, and ordering the copies and everything. So getting me set up for a couple weeks from now. So as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen because I know you've got your own things. And like I said before, one person's challenges aren't any more than the others. We just don't compare. We just got our own things because something that's easy for me is hard for you, and something that's hard for you is easy for me. So it all works out and balances out. So thank you as always for listening. I love you, and I'll talk to you.